Hey guys, Stephen, the Salon Guy here, and thank you so much for watching my channel, watching my tutorials. Today I've got something very unique. You know, I get a lot of requests for, celebrity looks, and I try to do them as much as I can for you guys, but, I also like to enjoy doing my own thing and being creative with, my own creative vision and just doing something that I think in my head, not really anything specific. So what I want to do today is, a lot of people also in the salon industry are kind of intimidated by, shorter hair, or they're not sure what to do when they see someone that comes in like this. This is Emma, by the way. This is from Hair Art Products. This is probably the best mannequin out there in the industry. This is 100% virgin imported hair. This feels like silk. This is amazing. And sometimes when you get something like this, that's short already, you go, well, what can I possibly do to this? The key to short haircuts is to just be aggressive, to really, open yourselves up to being creative and not being afraid or intimidated by it. Because once you start to see it and move your hands around it, you start to say, wow, I can go shorter into here, I can go shorter into there, I can really work this front end. You can do a lot of fun things with it. So what I'm going to do today for you guys is I'm going to show you my interpretation of how I would make over a shorter haircut. And hopefully this can help inspire you guys to be a little more courageous and have some more fun with short hair. So when you're looking at this mannequin here, Emma, you have to think of a couple of things, and this is where it comes crucial to the overall look. Do you want something where she's gonna have it long enough to tuck behind her ear? Do you want to cut this really short where it's around the ear? You've got a whole fringe to work with in through here, so automatically you think, well, we have to kind of incorporate something short that will work in through this fringe area, so that maybe she can kind of go over this way, do kind of like a side part, so kind of like a modern edgy pixie would work really well. You've got all this hair to work with. You have to make sure you have the right face shape for this too as well. So let's get started. Let's do something creative. I think I want to get rid of all this in through here. I want to then, the back is pretty short in through here, so I just want to kind of work that in through this back here, and I think this is going to be fun, so let's do it. Okay, so the key to this whole thing is really figuring out where you're going to start, and this is where after experiences will come into play. So what I'm looking to do is, I'm already thinking to myself, it's going to be kind of a sexy, modern, kind of a side part or something very, very elegant, but also can be creative at the same time. So I remember I mentioned the back already was pretty short into here. This was a good length. I like this length. So there's no real, you have to start here, you have to start there. So let's start right here as our first section. All right, let's actually connect this, okay, because we already have the length in the back. Let's connect it, all right, and let's make that our first guide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the back in through the sides here, and this is going to be my first guide here, my first section right here. Then we can work our way towards the back and connect all that. But what I want to do is work towards the hairline in the front, okay? So I'm also cutting palm to palm. Palm to palm means, this hand, the palm is facing you, and this palm is cutting this way. And that gives a really accurate, precise cut. And I use that all the time when doing things like this. So, as you can see, we're creating a nice shape in through here, and the guide is traveling. I'm not really over directing anything. I'm just simply working, following the head shape, pulling it straight out, which is 90 degrees, because a lot of people always ask, well, what does that mean, or what's the angle? It's pretty much 90 degrees. I'm on a slight diagonal going towards the face here, but everything's pretty much being held straight out from the head. So the last section here now is, things get a little different, because you might want to leave a little bit of length, you might not, it all depends, but I'm just going to slightly over direct back a little bit, all right, because I do want to leave a little bit of length towards the front hairline into here. Okay, so I'm just pulling this straight out. There's the guide here, and there, as you can see, we're creating a nice shape. So let's take this over directed back like that. There's our guide, and we're going to work down towards the hairline in the front here. Okay, and this will leave a nice softer front in through here, that we have a little bit of hair to work with. Okay, there, see that? Leaves a little bit of a nice softer front. Now what you can do is a couple of things. Alright, see what that's done? That has allowed for us to do a couple of things. We can leave this a little bit softer into here if we want, or we can come in and cut that out kind of around the ear. It's up to you guys, but look what we've done already. We've created a nice, soft, beautiful shape into something that we've already had. This was, you know, we took this right out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now bring this section down again. Alright, I don't want to go too high because this will work in through the sides. So anytime you get to around the corner of the eye and through here, you just want to kind of wait until you get to the top, because then blending it in is a lot easier. So I'm going to do the same exact thing on this side. Comb this hair out of the way. You want to create a nice side part. You don't have to always use clips. If you want to work relatively quickly, just brush the hair out of the way, almost like you're creating a little bit of a comb over. So I'm going to connect this now. Alright, and this is the same thing. So now we've got this part here. Going to follow it, combing it straight up this way, and we're going to work towards the very, very front. So I'm going to continue this section, and when we're done, we'll come back and then we'll see where we're at. Now, quick little trick: when you're working this way, you might want to cross-check going back. How you cross-check is you actually take a diagonal and then you work the opposite. So you want to bring this out this way, and if there's any longer pieces, then you just trim them up like this. So you want to cross-check by pulling everything straight out, but now working diagonally and working your way back. This way everything is pretty even. You have a good work pattern. Everything has a nice flow, and it matches up on the other side. Also by feel. By feel, just pulling it out this way, you can tell. So now that the sides are done here, for now, we're going to work into the back. Now, again, we've already cut, this was already pre-cut, so now what we're simply doing is just we're going to connect the sides in through the back. Alright, and we do that just by simply following this all the way down throughout the head this way. Okay, when you get into the corners here, you want to change body position, and you want to do, again, palm to palm, just because when you're cutting, comfort is key. Alright, I see a lot of people that are breaking their backs going like this, like you're trying to do a wrestling move over here. You know, next thing you know, your back is killing you. All you have to do is just switch your body and your hand positioning, and there you go. Now you can get in there a little closer. So palm to palm has its advantages. So what we're going to do is just going to follow this pattern throughout the whole back of the head. I'm just going to clean this up, make sure it's all blended in, and then we'll be ready to move on through the top. Alright, here we go. Now we're ready to work on the top. As you all know, what I love to do is follow the head shape, alright, by pulling it straight out, alright, pulling it straight out from the head, and this is where we connect the back in through the top. This can't be overlooked, because this is a crucial point, because I see a lot of times where hairstylists or you guys will comb this straight up from right here, alright, cut across it, and then what happens? You have a harsh line, alright, a harsh line, bam, stamped right in the back of the head here, like that. So see this? There's no line here because we're following the head shape. Alright, so now once you have that established, then you can work in through the top, because we already have that piece done already. Alright, so there's the guide right there. Okay, we've already established where the guide is, so we're not creating any sort of we're not creating any lines or anything harsh that's going to affect what we did already. So what we're going to do is continue to work now, holding it horizontally, or cutting it horizontally, cutting it straight across. You can point cut into it if you want, whatever you feel comfortable with, but we're basically just creating a nice balanced even shape throughout the whole top here. Alright, and I'm going to continue to do this working towards the front. Now what's going to happen when we get to here, there's not going to be much hair that needs to come off, but what we're going to do is we're going to soften this. Alright, and when we get to the very, very front here, we have to make sure this is balanced. So there's the very front guide here, and here's our guide from back here. What we're going to do is we're going to connect it like that. Okay? We're simply going to connect the very front piece that we had already, which will create a softer shape in through here. Alright? And that's how you make sure everything is pretty much blended and well balanced. So I'm just going to continue to cut the top and make sure it's all even, and then we're going to work in through the sides. Alright, so look what we have here. We've got the sides that we cut already, and then we've got the corners, okay? We've got from here to here. There's a lot going on. What do? Get rid of it. Cut it, all right? Because that is going to remove the excess weight. It's going to allow for everything to flow in nicely and to blend in, and it's also going to really enhance the shape. Then you can pull it straight out like that. Okay, there's that little corner, that longer piece. That is weight. That is stuff you want to get rid of, because that is going to prohibit the hair from moving nicely, and also as it grows out, it's not going to have a great shape. So as you can see, it's working in very nicely. All right, so now we're working towards the front of the head. All right, and now we're just going to bring this back just slightly, back a little bit, just to maintain a little bit of that weight throughout the front, which we'll probably end up getting rid of, you know, as we continue this. But there, look at that. See how nicely that blends in? Very nicely. All right, so I'm going to do this on the other side, and then we're going to go in and just start to really texturize the whole haircut and really soften the whole thing up. All right, so now we've got the finished look here. I haven't done any texturizing to it. What I want to do is dry it, and then I'm going to come back in and texturize it and really enhance the shape of it. All right, so this is what we've got. This is no product, and this is basically just all the haircut doing all the work. And see, look at, beautiful. This has a beautiful flow to it. There's no lines. It's got a gorgeous flow. All right, and this is what you get when you put, you know, the work into it. All right, and this is going to show. Now, what do we do from here? Because this is far from being finished. All right, you want to make sure you can brush it over both ways. Now the key is to really edging this whole thing out, and that's where we make the difference. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thinning shear right here. This is going to be your best friend when it comes to things like this. All right, now what you want to do is this is where you go to town. This is where you have a lot of fun. So you're going to use your hands only, and you're just going to run your fingers through it and feel for the excess weight, and just really don't be afraid to texturize, and don't be afraid to be aggressive with this, because this is all gonna play out in the end result here. This is how you're creating the texture. This is how you're creating that shape that you need for this haircut to really look good, and this is gonna make all the difference in the world when it comes to styling. Okay, so what we're doing is just literally, now we're gonna start to twist it. Okay, look at, twist it and chop into it, twist and chop into it, and this is gonna really enhance the whole shape of the haircut. You know, you've already, once you've got the shape, the core shape in there, then you can go in and shatter it up, and that's the whole key to this kind of look, is to really kind of break up and enhance what you've already created, but then put the extra edge on it. This is the difference between the average haircut and the haircut that that's going to grow out looking so good that everyone's going to want to come see you. Okay, and if you are doing this to yourself, which good luck if you are, this is also going to help you too. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to use my famous point cutting technique, where you twist the hair and just take little chops into it like that to really add some texture and separation. And now we're just having fun, and we're just letting our creative freedom go. And this is really going to help the haircut overall. This is what's gonna put the icing on the cake. So I'm just gonna continue to do this a little bit, and then we'll be ready to style it. Before we do that though, look what this has done. Okay, look at it. It's added a much softer shape to it now. We've got a lot more texture. We've got a lot more movement into it. All right, it really enhanced the whole thing. You can kind of wear it up like this if you want. You can wear it back over this way. But what we've did is we've really created a softer shape that allows for that kind of that flexibility when it comes to styling. So let's put some paste in it. I want to make this a little more edgy. You can leave it like this if you want. But putting paste in it, we're just going to add a little bit of texture to it. All right, so we've got some paste. Paste will always do the trick when it comes to these types of looks. Now again, paste is going to really create a different shape to this whole thing. All right, so with this, you want to really work the product in. All right, and don't be afraid. Just how you cut it, how aggressive you were with cutting it, is how aggressive you want to be with putting the product in. All right, you really want to shake this up a little bit. You want to piece it out. You want to get the paste really worked in throughout the whole look. All right, everything is worked in like that. Okay, see what we're doing? Look at the difference of what we've done with this shape already. And then you can go in and start to kind of piece it out, and you can style it kind of messy and however you want. You can kind of slick this over if you want to, like that. All right, that's a really kind of cool look, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think this looks pretty cool, and I think it's, you know, something that it can be very wearable in many different scenarios. So I'm going to. Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. You're better off quitting while you're ahead. Well, this was a little bit of a longer video, and but I really want to help you guys when it comes to overcoming your fear of short hair and makeovers when it comes to shorter hair. So, you know, I'm sure I might get comments. Some love it, some might not love it, but you know what? It's about technique, it's about creativity. I'm here to help you guys and inspire you guys. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out more of my videos. Subscribe if you haven't, and follow me on all my social media at TheSalonGuy. And I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much.